Hi, we're at What's New in Electronics Live 2018, and I'm standing here with Eshve, who is a third-year apprentice at the Manufacturing Technology Centre. Now, I knew nothing about the MTC. Well, I knew a bit about it, but not as much as I know now, and it looks a fantastic place to be. How did you find out about it yourself to become an apprentice?
Well, first I did my AS levels, and unfortunately I didn't get the best of grades. So through my careers advisor I found about MTC, and it actually turned out to be better because MTC apprenticeship scheme is more hands-on, so I'm more articulate in the things that I do, so I prefer the more hands-on experience. So through MTC I've done a lot better, grades are improved a lot, and I'm just enjoying the experience as a whole.
So, and you're an electronics engineer, is that what your apprentice is?
Yes, so my job title is apprentice technician, but I'm in the electronics lab. So we've got two buildings. One's the main manufacturing technology centre, one's the AMTC, so that's the apprentice training building. And I was in there for 2 years, and now as part of the third year we just branch out into other companies for a 12-month extended industrial placement. So I've chosen to stick with the MTC as opposed to another company, and I've chosen electronics because I've always had a passion for electronics. From a family background aspect, my grandfather was an electrician for JAG, and my father is in telecom engineering. So I've got that electrics background, and I just like tinkering with things like Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, just seeing what things I can do. So all that is part and parcel of what I enjoy, what I do.
And you're saying there's a split between some of the apprentices are there for MTC, but others are external companies but trained by MTC?
Yeah, so this year in September, AMTC took on 84 new apprentices, and 30 of those, as part of the scheme, are employed by MTC, and the rest are employed by external companies, but for the first year they are trained by AMTC. So they have MTC and AMTC training, and they'll go out to their respective companies afterwards, and that's part of a new scheme. What I was on is a 3-year scheme, which is it's different. Everything's constantly changing. I mean, they're talking about next year they want 200 apprentices intake. So, like I said, everything's constantly changing. Yeah.
And I guess you've got the best of both worlds there, because you're in a learning environment, if you've gone to university or anything, but you're also doing the practicality of an apprenticeship. So you get to share with peers who are doing the same thing, yet you're getting that mentoring and the business awareness as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have the learning aspect. So the first 2 years was general advanced manufacturing. So that's CNC, metrology and automation as a broad aspect of manufacturing as a whole. But this, because I've chosen to specialise in electronics and SMT manufacturing, that's like a whole new kettle of fish, because it's good to speak to the senior research engineers on the team, because you learn so much, like you said, from your peers, and as well as the experience with the line, because we have a full SMT line in our lab. So we have the hands-on experience with the equipment, not just sitting in a classroom in front of a PowerPoint and going through the knowledge and theoretical based stuff.
Facilities you have there look phenomenal and very modern. I mean, like you say, you've got that whole line there, and it must be like, Christmas every day almost for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of cool kit in our lab. Not just our lab, but also in the main workshop as a whole. We're immediately when you go through the front doors to the regular workshop, you have a huge CNC machine, probably 4 times the size of a Land Rover, maybe even bigger. You can just walk in, the machine is that big. So there's so much impressive equipment. We have additive manufacturing section with a UK Centre for Additive Manufacturing. We've got NDT, 3D polymer additive, automation, metrology. So we're dipping our toes in a lot of different things, because we are primarily a research and development based company. So that's why we've got so much impressive kit, and it's a bit of a awe every time I walk in the workshop and just see everything. I'm just like, oh wow, we've got all this, and I'm able to use it, and I'm just grateful that I've had this opportunity.
Yeah. So what's next for you? What are your plans after the third year, as your final year of the apprenticeship, and then where from there?
Right, so hopefully I'd like to stay on with the MTC, continue my role in the electronics lab. And actually in September 2019, so next year, they're rolling out an advanced manufacturing degree scheme. So perhaps I'll go on to that, or perhaps I'll take on a separate, more specialised degree route afterwards, because I'd like to do a degree either way.
And you can do that there?
Yeah, definitely. There's so many different schemes and options, and they're very good at helping you try and find what's best for you, and working way around things. Yeah, so they're very good like that.
Have you changed what you know, when you came in, did you have a particular idea what you wanted to do, but you found your real core skills and changed?
Yeah, so originally, back in school, I was like, physics, astrophysics, or this, that, the other, and very sciencey, nerdy based subjects. And now I'm more like hands-on engineering based. I still want to go down the science route, but also incorporate engineering, because I found that's what I'm good at as well. So try to incorporate what I'm good at as well as what I like doing. I mean, I like electronics and stuff, but I'm also very passionate about science. So if I can incorporate the two into something, that'd be very good, and I'd love to do that.
It sounds a fantastic learning environment to be in. I mean, it must be quite, how you, as you say, you want to stay on and do more. So intakes that are coming in now, they're changing, aren't they? They're doing just a 1 year apprenticeship, but then they can do, was it HNDs, ONDs, or?
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure on the actual breakdown of the course, but within MTC especially, you do have the option to do HNC, HND, your foundation degree, master's, PhD, postdoc. Everything is available to do and supported by MTC. Just provided that you knuckle down and work hard, and
that's to be a given, I guess.
As with everything, yeah. But yeah, there's so many different branching off points from a career right now.
That's fantastic. I mean, it seems to be the best way to get into the industry, and just hope that schools, careers advice is aware of it. Like you said, your careers advice put you in that direction. I bet you're not looking back at all, are you?
Sometimes, some days I think, I wish I was back with my friends at school. But I've made new friends and I've learned a lot, and I'm grateful that I've had this opportunity to learn this much and have so many opportunities. Like another thing that I'm interested in is the space sector, and that is actually an emerging sector at the MTC. So we do have the odd few internal projects working with the space sector. And yesterday Naeem was on about how we want to manufacture some satellites. So there are talks with satellite manufacturing companies to do that. So everything is new, up and coming. The new technology is still coming in. It's not brand new technology now. It's also thinking of the future ahead with the new generation as well and everything. I mean, this line behind me, the CFX line, this is another cool thing, even though there are some complex aspects to it, because it's all Industry 4.0, data's in the cloud, readily accessible. I mean, you can go into a classroom full of school kids, bring up the data from a live line, and you can say to the kids, look, this is what's happening right now. This is the real world that we live in. And it's sort of like humbling and inspiring from a young student aspect to see that this is the real world. We can view it anywhere. We can be a part of it. So it's that whole connectivity of the young generation into engineering as well.
That sounds incredibly inspiring. Thanks for sparing the time to talk to us. Best of luck with the future. I'm sure you will be a star wherever you end up. Hopefully in the space race.
Hopefully, yeah, great. Thank you very much.